A court in New York has found the American singer R. Kelly guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering. He was convicted of running a scheme to sexually abuse underage girls, boys and women. Over the course of a 5-week trial, the prosecution laid out in lurid detail how R. Kelly ran a criminal enterprise that had recruited children and women for sex. He could spend the rest of his life behind bars. The BBC's Neda Tawfiq has the latest.
To the world, he was the king of R&B and one of the best-selling music artists of all time. To his victims, he was their worst nightmare.
Today, they finally got justice after he was found guilty on all racketeering and sex trafficking charges brought against him by the government.
In rendering its verdict today, the jury delivered a powerful message to men like R. Kelly. No matter how long it takes, the long arm of the law will catch up with you.
A 5-week trial in New York laid out in lurid detail how the singer ran a decades-long criminal enterprise. Prosecutors said R. Kelly used a network of employees and close associates to recruit underage girls, boys, and women for sex. 45 witnesses gave evidence that R. Kelly was a predator who exploited his fame to entrap, control, and punish people, many aspiring singers. The accusations swirled around him for decades and reached a fever pitch after a documentary focused on the accounts of his accusers. One of those women, Geronda Pace, testified in court. She was one of the first to come forward and release this video detailing her experiences with R. Kelly at just 16 years old.
I was a victim of sexual abuse, mental abuse, and physical abuse, all at the hands of R. Kelly.
In an interview with the BBC, Kitty Jones also shared her story. She said many accusers were black women who felt their voices didn't matter to society.
Later, when I was introduced to one of the girls that he told me he trained, and since she was 14, those were his words. I saw that she was dressed like me, that she was saying the things that I would say, and her mannerisms were like mine. That's when it clicked in my head that he had been grooming me to become one of his pets, that he calls them his pets.
Have you ever had sex
No.
with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
R. Kelly chose not to testify. In this CBS interview before his arrest, he desperately tried to win over public opinion.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert?
30 years of my career.
The disgraced artist now faces a minimum of 15 years in prison. This has been an emotional trial for the women and men who've come forward. Not only has the jury heard them, they've believed them. It's another victory for survivors of sexual assault and the entire Me Too movement.